Hey guys, Terry here, and I wanted to do a quick video, we'll see how quick it is, and talk a little bit about fear and also explain and describe what the Tri Club of San Diego's beginning open water swim was like that I did tonight. I just got home, and then also talk about the master swimming that they have twice a week, which is insane. So first of all, I am not like a super strong athlete. I'm not great at swimming, biking, or running, but I do love challenging myself. So I'm doing a few triathlons coming up. And so I'm trying to learn how to be a better swimmer. So I haven't taken swim lessons since maybe I was 10 years old. I haven't had like an instructed swimming lesson since high school. I think in my high school we had swimming lessons, but I haven't had somebody watch me swim and critique me since I was like 10 years old. So it was crazy going last night to this, it was like a master's swim program, and master's swimming apparently only means like you're over 18. So once you're over 18, you're a master of swimming. I don't know. So just getting myself to show up to this thing was insane. Like, I get so psyched out about going to something new. I get so stressed out worrying about where do you park? Like the little logistics. Where do you park? When you get in, is somebody going to be like checking your ID? Do you need to pay when you walk in? How do you find out who's running it? How do you know which group of people you're meeting if you don't know anybody there yet? How do you, all those little things psych me out, and I just think about them, and then I don't go. So I've been putting this off for a while, and I didn't even know if it was like indoor or outdoor swimming pool. I knew nothing about where I was going. So it psychs you out a little bit, you know? And so I finally just sucked it up and did it. And the whole way there, I had to blast my music on the top volume so that it was so loud that I couldn't think. That's what I do to psych myself out and just get myself to do something, is I put on music that I love, Rise Against, and I blast it and I sing along, and I can't think about anything else because it's so loud. The music just drowns out my thoughts of, you can't do this, or it's going to be scary, or it's going to be hard. You're going to make a fool of yourself and drown in this pool, or your swim stroke technique is terrible and they're all going to laugh at you. These things all go through my head. And so I showed up, I got there, it was awesome. The swim coach was there. He was easy to find. He's a guy not in a bathing suit, just wearing a t-shirt and shorts and talking to everybody. And it's a little awkward at first. You walk up to this group and you don't know anybody, and seems like everybody knows each other and they're all chatting with each other. And so there was two sections, the master's section and the technique section. So the technique section is more like one-on-one coaching. He'll watch your stroke, critique it, and then the master's gives you a workout and you go do it. So like four 100s to warm up, and then do these intervals in a specific amount of time. And I don't even know what their workout was, because I was like, I need the technique, because I don't know. I've been swimming. I don't have great technique, or I didn't know if I had great technique or not. Turns out I don't. So there were two of us in the technique group and like a million people in the master's group. So they all go do their thing. We get in the water. He watches us warm up and then gives us some tips about how to do different strokes properly and how to breathe. And because breathing on both sides is really hard for me, just because I grew up always breathing to the right. So breathing to the left feels like I'm drowning. So anyways, it was awesome. It was an hour long just swimming, and he videotaped us swimming. He would record us and show us our stroke, which is so awkward. I'm very coachable. I want to learn to be better. And so he would give feedback and I would implement it right away, but then you're trying to remember. So you're trying to learn all of these different things and implement them all at the same time, and reach and breathe to the side and keep your head down. And it's hard to do it all, but it's really good. I want him to tell me you're doing it perfectly the first time, and when you don't hear that, it's like, oh man. But that's why I'm there, right? I did it so I could get better. So for the last, 15 minutes of class or whatever, he had us just join the masters and just swim laps, which was awesome and felt really good. And I'm a slow swimmer, but I'm going to get faster as I keep going. So that is awesome. And your first swim is free. So that experience was completely free. How cool is that? It was so awesome. And I feel so much more confident in my stroke now, and just knowing what to do is half the battle. Doing it is the second half, but just knowing how to swim properly is so cool. I just never knew that before. So that was cool. And then tonight was this really crazy challenge for me, swimming in open water. I've never done it before, besides like going to the beach and playing in the ocean, like just for fun, jumping in waves. I've surfed, like, well, if you can call it surfing. I've attempted surfing, but I've never just swam laps in the ocean. Like, this psychs me out so bad for some reason. I've been trying to do it for 2 years since I moved here. I bought a wetsuit before I moved to San Diego to do the Chicago Triathlon that I never did. And I have it, and I've been meaning to do this open water swim, but it just really psychs me out. It's scary, like, and it's not even, I mean, sharks and jellyfish and whatever, stingrays, all the things in the water freak me out, but it's more just the logistics. Like, I don't know where you leave your car keys. After you get out, do you shower? Do you change? Like, what are you supposed to do? It's like all these little weird things psych me out. And then how do you swim in a straight line? And what if you freak out while you're out there? And all these like other like random things just creep into my brain and psych me out. So I finally did it. Again, the Tri Club has every Thursday a beginning open water swim clinic, which is insane. It's so awesome. It's like, if you're a Tri Club member, it's free. Like, what? So it was amazing. It was cool. They show you how to put on your wetsuit. So from the beginning, you know, he asked, whose first time is it putting on a wetsuit and getting in the water? And I was the only one, but that was cool. There was a couple other beginners there too who were relatively new to it. And, you know, we sit down and put on our wetsuits, one awkward roll up at a time. I mean, it's awkward, but I got it on. And then you get in the water and it's cloudy. You can't see like a foot in front of your face. It was crazy. Like, seriously, this far. Like, that's it. That's all I could see. And all of a sudden there's like a foot in front of you. It's crazy. I don't know. It was nuts, but it was really cool. I could not swim in a straight line to save my life, and that was okay. I was swimming, I didn't drown, and I did it. And he, you know, gave us different tips, like, okay, now count your strokes from one buoy to the next. Okay, now to go to the next buoy, you're gonna focus on spotting, or swimming a straight line, and going to the next buoy, you're gonna focus on tucking your chin down. So he gave us different things to work on, and we'd all meet at each buoy, and it was an awesome way to get introduced to open water swimming. And let me tell you, putting on a wetsuit is really hard, but it's awesome. When the thing is on, you're floating. Like, we got to the first buoy and I was like, oh my God, are we supposed to just tread water and while we're sitting here, like, waiting? You don't need to do anything. You just sit there and your wetsuit floats you up. It was a whole different experience. It's a little bit constricting, definitely need to get used to it. But now that I've gotten my first one under my belt, now that I know what to expect, now that I've done it, I could go out and do it again tomorrow if I wanted to. I think I just needed to get there and do it. So now I'm going to try and go more frequently to those open water swims with this awesome group. And then also to those master's swimming programs. I think it's like $5 a swim for the master's training. But that's a ridiculous deal, like way cheaper than my $25 a month gym membership. And that comes with no training. So yeah, really cool. Really glad I joined the Tri Club here in San Diego, and it's like super cheap too. So yeah, if you are ever scared to do something, just think about, like, even in this case, you know, you always think, what's the worst thing that could happen? The worst thing that could have happened to me tonight is I got eaten by a shark. That would have sucked. But the realistic worst thing that would happen is I did something wrong. Like, I put my wetsuit on inside out, which the guy who was training us, he put his wetsuit on inside out for his first triathlon. And you know, you do stupid things, but think about the worst thing that could possibly happen. It's probably not going to happen, but if it did, what happens? You're still going to wake up tomorrow. The world's still going to turn, unless you get eaten by a shark, then, you know, then it's not cool. But just, you have to think about what's the worst thing that could happen, and sometimes you just got to force yourself to do it. Like I said, for me, turning up that music and so loud that I cannot hear my thoughts. That's what I needed to do to get out there. But yeah, I'm so glad I got out there. First swimming class and first open water swims under my belt, and I got my 2 swim workouts in for the week. So I'm feeling pretty good, and now I'm going to go eat like everything that's in my kitchen, because swimming makes me so hungry. I don't know about you guys, but swimming makes me hungry. So yeah, now I just have to get the biking thing down, and yeah, then I'll be good. Then triathlons will be my thing. So yeah, got the swimming, got the running. Next is biking. All right, guys, thanks so much for hanging out tonight. I hope you have a great night. Talk to you guys later.